Hey everybody, I'm Tim Counts at Path2Pro, and with me today is one of our clients, Rudy Cantoran. I'm very excited to introduce him to you and you to him, and let's find out what he's got going on. Rudy, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Tim. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for asking. So where in the country are you?
I am in Lake Elsinore, California.
Okay, so you're on the West Coast?
Yes.
So you're a couple hours behind me here. That's great. Well, listen, tell me how you first found out about Path2Pro and how you met Bill Crespo.
I was introduced by Bill Crespo through a family member that's also in the business that has coached with him in the past, and was always very impressed with his techniques. Very different approach from the other coaches in the mainstream. So that kind of got my attention. He's coached with him on and off. And this last time he was coaching with him, he's like, I don't really recommend a lot, but I think you should give it a shot. And I've been with Bill now since I want to say September of last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell us
coaching,
a little bit.
doing one-on-one. I was doing the group coaching with him prior to that.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about what business life was like before Path2Pro and what it's like now.
I've always been pretty consistent in my business, but my business has always been very hectic. Very okay, Bill. Hey Tim, I'll talk to you later. I gotta go. Very, very transactional. And with one of the main things that I've gotten from Bill is, hey, dude, you're the doctor. You don't call your doctor, and a doctor answers at 10 o'clock at night. Hey, your doctor doesn't call you, get a hold of you when you can't get a hold of your doctor whenever you want. So I've learned through his mentorship, through pick and choose my battles, and put everything through our priority, that bringing the anxiety and stress level that I have to do everything, so that's, to me, that's been a big win, because before it was how they say, a chicken with your head cut off. You don't know where you're going, so that's kind of has done a lot for me, because the way I see it, even though you have production, you're never going to reach a certain level of production if you can't manage what you already have. So how can you take the next step? So to me, it was taking one step back to kind of, all right, this is the way it's going to be done. So that's one of the main things that he's really helped me out with.
Great. So it sounds like time management has gotten a lot better for you. Is that right?
Time management, but that's still a problem, and we are working on it. But more mindset, and just giving yourself that value of, you're the one in charge. I think that was the biggest helping, I guess, best way to say it, helping identify myself in the business.
Right. So you're having a pretty good year this year, from what I understand. How's everything going right now?
Oh, it's going great. I'm probably having due to COVID, I'm having probably one of the best years, in real estate.
Okay.
And that has been working out for me very well. Again, with the amount of transactions that I've done so far, I think with the things that I've implemented from Bill Crespo's mentorship has really allowed me to kind of breathe a little, because I've been with less transactions and been more stressed out before,
I hear
so
you.
now it's like I'm doing more, but at the same time, I'm not working all the days that I was working before. And actually, I think this is the first year that I was actually able to take, 3 days off for this, 3 days off for that. Nope, not working this weekend. Nope, not that one. What about, I'm not working that one either. Which before was like run. So that's that's been nice.
That's
Nice.
great. That's really, really good. How long have you been in real estate?
I've been in real estate since 2004. Got licensed. Was a mortgage lender at that time. Then I became a mortgage refugee when the market crashed and there was nobody to refinance. And then started working to short sales at that time. So in 2013, when all the short sales were running dry, and I was running out of leads, I was talking to my colleagues. They're like, well, you got to start calling expires. You got to start calling cancels. You got to start doing open houses. And I'm like, what's that? So I had no idea what it took to prospect at that time. Door knock for what? I'm not selling Girl Scout cookies. So I've been in coaching. But here's the thing: I've been in coaching. In 2013, I got into coaching because I didn't know what to do. It's either I go to a big box company, and I'm the puppy in the sales floor that I want to jump on somebody's bandwagon and see what they can teach me, and hopefully they throw me a bone or two here or join a team, and obviously take a pay cut. At that time, I had I don't know, am I allowed to join? Am I allowed to say any names?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so at that time, it was very rah. We go see Tom Ferry. And it was like, oh shit, I'm gonna join coaching. And it's funny shit. I'd never forget this. My coach, we start the coaching call starts like this. Hey Rudy, my name is so and so. I just want to let you know that I've been a coach here for Tom Ferry for X amount of years. I sell real estate, but I don't sell a lot of real estate. I may sell maybe only 4 to 6 houses a year. And I'm like thinking to myself, why am I talking to you? Why am I talking to you? You're telling me how to sell real estate, but you don't actually do it. Like you're telling me, disclaimer. But yeah, it was interesting. So, but it was I didn't know. I'm trying to get guidance, and it's like, okay, here's 41 ways to skin a cat. Pick 10 and we're going to work with the best 10 to bid. I'm like, I don't want that many. I just want like a handful. Like, what can I do?
Right.
So it was very, I don't know. It was very widespread, very widespread. You want to do internet marketing? You want to do this? You want to do Facebook and that, and this, buy Zillow leads. Well, we recommend buy some Zillow leads. Obviously he has a big, he owns a lot of shares. Tom Ferry owns a lot of shares of Zillow. So of course, that's why they're there in every single event, in his books and so forth. Hey, you just attended the Tom Ferry event, whatever. So I got out of that coaching fairly quickly.
Okay.
I did do a little prospecting at that time because I brought when I was doing mortgages, all my business was coming from the phones anyways. So I was able to take that and call expires and canceled and try to set some appointments going that route.
Okay. What would you say is the biggest difference between Path2Pro Coaching and the coaching that you've done before with other people?
The biggest difference in the coaching is that it's more fine-tuned, to make the little simple adjustments that everybody kind of leaves out to be able to be better at your craft. Okay, starting with we're going to do a personality test and see where you are in the spectrum and where we can work off that. Identifying who you're working with, if it's a driver and so forth. To me, that was huge. To me, it was so huge to me that I've always known that I have to call for sell by owners. I never liked them, even though I called expires and cancels, and I've actually, was pretty good at calling them. But I just felt that their demeanor was so in your face, and it kind of like threw me off. But then when I got into coaching, and then we started identifying the different personality styles, and I'm like, oh, that's just a driver. That's just the way he is. So then it's like, no big deal. It's not personal. It's not me. It's just the way he is. It's going to be like that to everybody. And that allowed me to kind of sit back and really eliminate the anxiety level when I work with somebody like that, because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm expressive. So if I get somebody that's like,
that would have been my first guess.
So if I get somebody that's like it's kind of like, whoa, maybe I'm rubbing this guy wrong, but then I know I have to kind of change, my, I have to change to be able to mimic them, so that way we can, have a better chance of doing business together.
Right. Okay. What advice would you give somebody that's contemplating growing their business or thinking about getting into coaching? What kind of advice would you give somebody like that?
You know what? I know that a lot of people are about, I'm going to go to this company and I'm going to go to this company because they told me the grass was greener here and the grass is greener there. And the reality is, it doesn't matter which big company you go to. Ultimately, it's all a dog and pony show to get you to come over. And you're better off investing in yourself, getting with a company that has a good spread where you can use that extra money and invest in yourself, because you can take that wherever you go. So I know that with Bill, I can go to ABC, XYZ, and and 123 is calling me, but I'm taking that with me everywhere I go.
So would you say you've learned from Path2Pro that you're actually your product? Your
Yeah,
brand?
I definitely, because I think just with a little minor adjustments, and I'm not very good at implementing a lot of things, because I tell Bill, I'm the guy that sees a shiny object and I'm like, I get lost easy. So for me, it's like I get a couple things and I get them and that worked, and I do a couple tweaks and it worked. So for me, just from September, from when I first started with in September of one-on-one, from September to December, I went on my first, and that's because it took me 2 months to call for sale by owners until he finally said, I want you to call them. And, this is what you need to do. I set my first appointment, got my first for sale by owner. I went out of 4 appointments that I went to at the beginning of the year. Out of 4, I got 2.
Excellent.
So, and just imagine if I just implement more of of all the good stuff he has to offer. I mean, I could do more, but I mean, at that point, that's just between me and myself, I guess.
That's great. Is there anything else you'd like to share about Path2Pro or about Bill?
You know what? I just know that you have to be ready to take in a lot, because you think, I thought I did. I've been to all the other, Mike Ferry and all the other events and a few other people. And, I'm thinking it's just something, same old thing. No, you have to be ready to take in a lot and kind of get rid of some bad habits, and be ready to implement that and see some real changes.
Okay. Well, listen, Rudy, I really appreciate you spending some time with us, and I appreciate everybody spending time with me and Rudy. This has been great. It's been very helpful. We'll talk to you soon.